All right, welcome everybody to this amazing Friday night information call. My name is Jen Morris and I am out of Goderich, Ontario, Canada. And I am a nutritionist here, biohacker, fitness coach, and I really just exist to help people become better versions of themselves. I've been doing what I've been doing for a long time now, been around the block a few times, been in a lot of industries. And in my entire career as a nutritionist and fitness coach and working in this area, I have never personally found anything as amazing as Pruvit Ketones. The purpose of this call and information call tonight is purely that, information. And we will leave questions till the end. So if you do have a notepad, write down your questions as we go. And basically, the way this is going to work is it's kind of like an interview format. I'm going to be asking Coach Rob DeBoer, who I'm going to introduce in a second here, to basically just answer some questions that come up all the time when we are having the ketone conversation. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Coach Rob DeBoer. He is currently in Louisville, Kentucky right now, and which is actually where the head office of Pruvit is, working very closely with the CEO of Pruvit, Mr. Brian Underwood. And Rob was one of the first people who was kind of involved with Pruvit. He actually came up with the name Pruvit. He has a wealth of knowledge and experience, and he can tell you a little bit about maybe how he got interested in the whole ketone conversation. And then I have like a list of questions I'm going to kind of rattle off that he's going to go through really fast so we get some really fast information. So Rob, how did you get into all of this? Like, who are you?
Awesome, Jen. Well, I'll be brief, and I want to give people a lot of content, at least on the surface. And then if you have any further questions, we can always dive in. But my name's Coach Rob DeBoer. I've been with Pruvit from day one. Pruvit was formerly my apparel company. At the time, I was researching how you might help someone diagnosed with Alzheimer's. We can't make any medical claims, but my father and his mother were both diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and they've both since passed. And during that kind of process of kind of equipping myself to understand how to help them, I ran across a book called Alzheimer's: What If There Was a Cure? The Power of Ketones by a woman by the name of Dr. Mary Newport. And this opened my eyes to this whole conversation entailing this engineered formula that would give your body the ability to run on ketones. Ketones are an energy molecule that aren't available readily in food. So what we're talking about is a brand new conversation. I believe we're just making a dent, which will be a head-on collision in the biggest conversation in the health, fitness, nutrition industry over the next decade. And we're just scratching the surface. So right place, right time. We had the ability to secure some patents, create a formulation, and deliver to the mass market an exogenous, outside the body ketone supplement that would allow someone the benefits of mimicking a ketogenic diet and what those benefits would really be and how they could add value to someone's health. You know, oftentimes, Jen, we associate keto, ketones, ketogenic, all with some nutrition or fat loss diet. And the reality is it was never designed as such. Probably the greatest benefit is how it impacts the body and the brain, the aging process. It's a communication molecule that is very efficient, very effective. Your body knows how to use, and it's brand new science as of, gosh, just 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. So we've got exclusive patents, exclusive rights, a gold standard product that is helping people of all ages with all types of better metabolic health issues.
Cool. So basically what you're saying is that ketones are an energy molecule. So they would be the only other energy molecule other than glucose that our body can use to produce energy. So normally, or in the past, people would have gotten ketones by doing a ketogenic diet, but now we have the ability to drink them.
Correct.
Right.
And
Okay.
that's where this becomes really interesting, because we've literally redefined terminology associated with the ketogenic diet. I mean, there's two words, ketosis. If you just look at word etymology, prefix, suffix, ketosis is a condition or a state where the body has a heightened level of blood ketones at a level that matters for the brain to use. And it will use them preferentially even in the presence of glucose. Well, that was never possible because ketosis was synonymous with ketogenesis, the generation of ketones either through diet and or fasting. So people could eat a high fat, very low carb, very controlled protein diet and alter their metabolic fuel source. They could go from carbs or a sugar burner to ketones or a fat burner. And again, all of this began a century ago to treat refractory epilepsy in children resistant to pharmaceutical meds for seizures. Well,
Right.
fast forward about 5 or 6 years ago, we realized fat isn't bad. It's the overconsumption of calories and processed, preserved, and packaged, and over added sugar to many of the processed foods today. So what if we could mimic the benefits associated with, quite frankly, a very non-compliant, maybe difficult to follow, hard to formulate correctly, both feet in, no kind of halfway in. You have to be all in with the ketogenic, high-fat, low-carb diet, and it takes time, effort, and energy and complete lifestyle change. What if we could get those same, what I call 8-word benefits from drinking a powder that tastes great, and this was exclusive to the market? Well, those 8 words are pretty simple. Mood and mindset. You'll notice if you get your body into the state of ketosis, either through a ketogenic diet or within an hour of drinking a powder of Ketonat, the only naturally fermented, our signature product, mood and mindset begins to improve. Why? The brain prefers ketones over sugar. Ketones break the blood-brain barrier. They're very efficient. They're very effective. So your body knows how to use them. And so people report just better mood, better mindset. The next 2 words are appetite and cravings. Most people just have better compliance over the choices they know to make, but because of appetite, we crave, we're not fueling our body with maybe the best fuel-sourced food. And all of a sudden we make these better choices by being in this state, and this state could be accomplished by drinking this product. The next 2 words would be energy and endurance. You know, oftentimes when people think of energy, they think of caffeine or a stimulant. That's really not energy. Human energy is really, the building block is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, a fancy scientific sounding way of saying energy currency. So this is a caloric nutrient. The way protein, carbs, fats are all nutrients with a caloric value, ketones actually have a caloric value, and that's why we have both charged, caffeinated, and non-charged, uncaffeinated versions, both providing real caloric energy to the body. So people have energy, they have endurance. Endurance is kind of code for you don't need that afternoon nap. And then the last 2 words, and I think these are so under acknowledged. All of us want to age well. You know, some want to gain muscle, some want to lose fat, some want to have better gut health, sleep longer, or more sound at night. At the end of the day, we all want to age well. One of the keys to aging well is preserving and protecting lean body mass. We naturally compromise that as we age, and our formulation with 3 signature ingredients, fermented ketones, fermented leucine, a ketogenic amino acid building block, and a patented product called CMed 100, combine those 3, it's engineered to help the body preserve and protect lean body mass. So, you know, someone looking for fat, I say, hey, the easiest way to lose fat, keep muscle. The easiest way to keep muscle, drink our product Ketonat. So those 8 words are synonymous with a ketogenic diet or even drinking ketones. Now we get the benefit by what we would call hacking. Hacking is not cheating. It's just finding an easier, more efficient, effective, roundabout way to accomplishing that same benefit.
That's so cool. Awesome. That really clicks some really cool things for me there. One of the things that I get asked a lot is, hey, Jen, do I have to do the strict keto diet to get the benefit of ketones? What's your answer to that, Rob?
Well, the short answer is no. And the honest answer is No, and that's good news because it's a very difficult diet. I mean, I think anybody that's passionate about health, fitness, nutrition, you, me, Jen, so many people on here, even if we're not official nutritionists, we've all dabbled and tried different types of diets. And the ketogenic diet is one where there is no compromise. It is all about being very exact and heightened levels of ketones. And that's hard to do in today's busy lifestyle. So the good news is, the short answer is no. And then what we say is, look, the only diet that really works for Liz or Jen or Coach Rob is the one we'll do. This just happens to be an incredibly powerful tool that creates compliance to, again, what most of us know we should do to improve diet, to improve health, to improve metabolic performance levels, but we just don't do it. So again, this could be for someone that has a very poor diet, for someone that's following a very strict diet. It could be for an elite athlete, a CrossFitter like you, Jen. It could be for the nutritionist. It could be for the adolescent student. It could be for the tired teacher, someone wanting to lose 200 pounds or someone wanting to add 20 pounds. It literally is a one-size-fits-all, non-dependent on diet. Diet is kind of the after effect that most coaches, yourself included, Jen, that's the hard part, getting people compliant to a specific diet and finding out and figuring out what they'll actually do when we're not around. Well, ketones is that ultimate kind of secret coach that provides compliance when we're not around.
Yeah, I can certainly attest to that. It definitely keeps me out of the cookie jar. So that's cool. So when somebody starts drinking ketones, we have different ways of getting started, but maybe you can go over like really simply, like what does a typical day look like for somebody who would just get started?
Yeah, so I think oftentimes whenever there's a new product, I would argue we make this claim. This will work every time for everyone. There will be a positive benefit every time for everyone from day one, if we're being honest. And so we can oftentimes overthink this. I think the first step is just put ketones in your body for 5 or 10 days in a row, once or twice a day. We say once for sure, twice is optimal. And I would say it's exponentially optimal doing it twice a day versus once, because your body knows what to do with this energy molecule. It's just never followed a very strict diet or fasting program the way things are these days to ever have had this level of ketone energy in the body, in the blood at a level that matters. So I would argue just drink them, number one. And then number two, start paying attention to things that you know to pay attention to. Hey, don't eat just because your watch says it's lunchtime. Eat because your body says it's time to eat. In other words, hunger is a very different physical feeling as opposed to, say, appetite, which is emotional, sometimes habitual, even residual. We just do it because we've always done it. So appetite and cravings and understanding the difference between that and actual physical hunger is probably the greatest benefit. And then look, while a lot of people want this to be about diet and changing body composition, truly the greatest benefit is long-term health, aging health. You know, women's hair is stronger, skin is smoother, nails are longer. Why? I would argue ketones, because they're a signaling molecule, helps the very food you're already eating be better utilized by the body. You know, so it's like a coach to everything you're doing. It's just coaching. These ketone energy molecules are really, they're finding now, recent research, they're signaling molecules, and it's signaling how to better use that grilled chicken salad, how to better use that good night's sleep, how to better use that intermittent fast program, how to better use that workout and recover from it. And I think that's one of the benefits even I don't really probably talk about enough, is the idea of repair, recovery, and regeneration.
Yeah, that's cool. I was having that conversation actually earlier today with a couple people about the whole repair idea, and then the other idea of the fact that you're going to get more out of the food that you eat when you eat it. So you eat actually less because you're actually absorbing more nutrition. And I noticed that big time, that I just don't want to eat as much of the food that I eat. So that's kind of neat. And it's a great way of thinking about them as well. And I love the aging well thing. That is like probably my number one priority in life, is to age well. Yep. Liz is putting her hand up over there. You know, at the age of almost 50 now, like, you know, 4 years ago, before I found this, I really was kind of falling apart. And I feel better today at the age of 49 than I did, in my early 40s and 30s even. And so I dare say that I am aging in reverse. And I'm really grateful that I found this product when I did, because it literally saved my life. But enough about me. So if people want to get started, I know we talked a little bit about the history of Pruvit. I don't think we really need to go much into the company. We have videos and stuff about that if
Sure.
people are interested. But if people want to get started, like, there's lots of different ways we can get started with this product. I know personally that right now we have an amazing offer on with 60 servings of ketones for a significant discount. And that's something that you can use as part of being a promoter with our company or not. So we do have a business side that maybe we'll talk about a little bit, or if people have questions about. And we do have another call happening to talk about the business, which I'll talk about in a minute. So we have that, and we have something called the 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge. And then we also have like sample packs. So what do you think is the best way for people to get started, Rob?
I think oftentimes in this space, when I say this space, health, fitness, nutrition, dietary supplements, people want so badly for something to work. Well, the reason I think maybe our passion and our belief and conviction comes across because of this product is this product can be quantified. I have my favorite protein. I have my favorite bar, my favorite vitamin brand, but we can't quantify the efficacy. I can just think it's better than yours, but I can't prove that it's better than yours. With ketones, you never have to wonder if you're buying lesser value. It's the gold standard. It can be quantified in the body, in the blood, 100% of the time, one serving within 1 hour. So I tell people, look, it's kind of a good, better, best. And I encourage everyone to go for best. And here's why. You don't have to wonder. One of the biggest values that we don't even talk about, because it's got nothing to do with the product, is the community of people that are willing to coach. In other words, let's say Liz or someone has someone that's watching this for the first time, and they get back and they say, Liz, will this work? Yes. And you want to know why it's going to work? Because the product's a given. It's real science. Like, let me put that in all caps. It's REAL. It is real. It's not going anywhere. But you know why it's going to work for you? Because this real science will be accompanied by real coaches that care, and their only goal is for you to be a success story. Because when you become a success story, it makes their job well done. And so I tell people this, hey, if you want to try this based on, I don't know if I like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, fruity, then try a 5-day sample. Get back in touch with whoever and said, hey, it's the least cost effective because you're paying the highest price per serving. Okay. The second option, a great option, is called our 10-day Drink Ketone Challenge. It's $100 Canadian, a little bit more. Nevertheless, just drink ketones twice a day, every day for 10 days. Or if you choose, once a day, every day for 20 days. It's designed to introduce you to ketones. But I tell people, if something we know and we feel in our gut, and what you heard on this presentation, if it resonated and made sense, and you feel in your gut this is going to work, I can promise you it will work. And if it does work, and it will work, then it makes no sense to pay 1 penny more than you need to. So we have an option called our starter package. It's 40% off your first order, and it's only a one-time offer. I can't go buy that. So anybody listening can buy ketones cheaper than me, and I've been here for 5 years. The reason it's a great value, now you have ketones once or twice a day for 30 to 60 days. Now you get to dive in, lean in, and listen to Coach Jen or Rob or someone that's practical application experience. Some people don't even need a coach. They just need someone that's just like them. They're overweight, or they're out of shape, or they're in shape, and they are looking for something to keep them from that afternoon nap. So we have all of these resources available. So I say, hey, if you want to try flavors, get back in touch and get a 5-10-day sample. If you want to try it on for size, hey, take our 10-day Drink Ketone Challenge. If you really want to see results and become a lifelong customer and be someone that will be a voice for the company because people are passionate about what works. And there's nothing greater than helping something work for something's better metabolic health as they age well. When they wake up and look in the mirror and they look different and they look younger and they look healthier, that's easy to share. In fact, you don't even share it. People notice. And so I tell people, if that makes sense, go all in. I mean, it's a couple $100, but it makes the most sense. And Jen, we go as far as trying to help you account for the cost saving on your grocery bill. Like that's where the coaching and the community and the practical application comes in. So that's how I would start, one of those 3 ways.
Awesome. And so just to clarify, we have the 40% off and you don't need to, like, we're not saying you need to sign up as, you know, a promoter or anything.
Just a customer, just
as a customer. And so, but there is that option to promote and share in a bigger way. But before we talk about that, we do have an amazing free product program that I think a lot of people don't necessarily take advantage of. I don't know why, because literally it's just sharing the product with 2 friends. And we do have what's called a Smart Ship program, which allows you to always get a 22% discount on your product. And I have never seen this in any other company. There's no fee to get that discount. You just get it for being a loyal customer every month. And you can change the flavor, you can change and add products. You can move the date around a little bit. And then they send you, the company Pruvit sends you a free box of product every 4 months on SmartShip. Like the value of that is, I've never seen anything like it in any business. So we have that program. So all you would need to do to get free product is find 2 friends, family members, whatever, that need better energy, mood, mindset, all the 8 things you said there. Liz has got it typed out. Energy, endurance, preserving and protecting, lean body mass, controlling your appetite and cravings. So like, there's lots of people out there that need that. I would argue pretty much everybody. So just, you know, ask around and find 2 people.
Well, let me tie that into a neat bow. Watch this. Okay. It's Friday, right? Yeah. We've all heard the saying going into the weekend, it's never fun to drink alone, right? Just like it's not fun to diet alone. Well, guess what? It's so much better to get in shape with someone. So this is a natural conversation. Hey, most people have a neighborhood full of friends that'll try anything once. Well, guess what? They've tried a protein shake. They've tried a bar, a lotion, potion, pill, energy drink, cleanse. What they haven't tried is drinking ketones for 5 days to try 5 different flavors. They haven't drank ketones for a 10-day challenge twice a day, every day for 10 days. They haven't found a program with free coaching that they can commit to and get 40% off the initial order. So it just becomes a very natural progression to get free product anyways, because I don't know about you, Jen, it's just easier to work out with someone, to study with someone, to drink with someone, to eat with someone. And I think that's kind of the spirit behind what we do, because it's real, genuine leading with education. Our whole model is customer acquisition using education. Guess what? Most people don't know anything about ketones, and certainly drinkable ketones, void having to follow a ketogenic diet. Well, that's our job. That's what the purpose of tonight is. That's the purpose of this recording. And that's why we hope people will respond, because it's a very natural, seamless way to invite people to join them.
Awesome. I love it. So I have 2 more things. First of all, if you're watching this live, we will have a follow-up to this all about what does it look like to share this conversation in a bigger way, the whole promotion side of this, and you know what's involved in being a Pruvit promoter. That's going to happen this Sunday night at 7. So if you're interested in getting that link, just reach out to whoever invited you or shared this recording with you. So that's number 1. And number 2, Rob, this is a tough question and I didn't preempt you with it, but I would love to hear one of the most like kind of amazing stories you've heard recently about somebody drinking ketones and what it's done for them. Can you think of like somebody that you're working with? I have so many stories, it's hard to pick, but I'm just curious if you have someone that you could share their experience with.
Yeah, her name is Audette, and she's drank ketones in the past, but she didn't plug into what might be perhaps the most important piece of this whole puzzle. And that is other people to support you that have experience. Well, I'm telling you, if you're watching this, there's not a better group of support staff, from customers that are passionate about the product, that attend our Keto Academy, that listen to the scientists, are passionate about the doctors, passionate about the research, but more importantly, we just like the practical application. So I have a girl that's tried this and she thought there was something wrong with the ketones. Well, guess what? We get her drinking the ketones and we kind of tweak her diet a little bit because she thought it was associated with a high fat, low carb diet. Well, hey, let's just mix up a few things and let's focus on some of the basics: mood, mindset, energy, endurance, appetite, cravings, and just know you're preserving and protecting muscle every day that you do this. And although I'm not a scale guy, like I tell every one of my people, get rid of your scale, don't step on it for 30 days. Well, it wasn't 10 days later, she's down 8 pounds, feels amazing. And here's the cool part. She thought this didn't work. Like, she had tried it. She had tried and failed because she didn't have the support. And I think that separates what we do from buying this on some internet website, from the retail store, is you're connected to anybody on here. If you're seeing this, you're connected to someone that will be a live voice to ensure your success. And why would we do that? Because when you have success, you become a megaphone for what we do. And there's nothing greater. I don't care how big the opportunity is. There's nothing greater than getting a tired mom to cry on your shoulder and say, I'm a better mom because my friend shared this with me. Or to get an ex-football teammate that's lost 80 pounds and he sends you a text message from his wife saying, it's great to have my husband back again and excited about life. Like, that's the epitome of what this means. And like you, Jen, we've got countless stories, but it happens fast. This isn't a 30-day journey there where you're going to have to wait, hope, and hold on, making sure this might happen. This is going to happen fast. And the more you lean in and listen, and the more you put into it, the more we'll put into it, and the faster you'll get out of it.
That's awesome. I love it. So I am actually going to end this. Thank you everyone for being on. I will stop the recording and we'll just have some informal questions. I want to respect Rob's time. So Rob, you let us know when you have to go. Those of you that are watching the recording, once again, if you want the link for Sunday night's call, please let whoever invited you or shared this with you know, and we will get that to you. And if you do have questions, please get back in touch with whoever shared this with you. If you want that trial pack, if you want to get started on the 60 days or the 60 serving or the 10-day drink ketones challenge, reach out to that referrer. And I really appreciate you all being on. So thank you so much.